Today, I'll show you how to build this bamboo farm. It farms 3,600 bamboo per hour and crafts it all for you. These are the items you'll need. You can replace the glass with any block. I'm going to be building this suspended above the ground in survival, so I've got a little bit of dirt for scaffolding. To get started, I'm going to dig about build a 3 up, and then go a deep slate in the middle. I'm only using deep slate to help denote the center. Now we want to go 13 out in both directions. So 1, 2, 3, 13. Now we do that on the other side. An easy way to do this is reduce your stack in your hand to 13. So once it's empty, you know you've built the 13 that you need to build. From here, we just want to widen this. We want to grab our deep slate and finish it out. So it will end up being 10 blocks wide, like so. And now we want to do this to the rest. Now that the platform's done, we can jump down and we can do the levers. Now that we're down here, we can grab our levers. We want to come to the side and count 1, 2, 3, so third one down, and we want to place levers all the way across and activate them. Remove our middle pillar, and you also want to do it on the middle one here, and also the third one over here as well. So 1, 2, 3, and do this across all of them. This is how it should look when it's done, and you should have only 4 left if you had exactly 34 to start with. From here we can place our rails. Start on the side where you want your storage to be. In this case, here for me. So you want to place down your normal rails and then your powered rails on the levers where we placed them before. In this case, it'll be the middle and the 2 other sides, third one in. And you want to loop it around and continue this the whole way. If you come to an issue like this where it's linked up together and you're trying to get this instead to snake this way, it's easiest just to break this one and place these ones first and then place that one afterwards. Now on the 5th rail, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we don't actually want to loop back here. We want to actually replace this one and place a powered rail and then a block on the side. So you can place it like that if you look at it carefully, or you could just place a block below it and then one above it. And this is where one of the levers will go. We just want to place this here and power it, so that's powered. And this will bring the minecart to bounce here and go back along the loop, because we have 2 minecarts to be able to deal with the amount of bamboo. So now what we want to do is continue from this way. So we can place this block here, this rail, and just continue. Place this lever here, and then now we just trace this back and we'll end up on that side for the other end. When you're finished, you should have an end here and here on the opposite sides, as well as the 2 meeting points in the middle over there. Now all the rails are in, we can do our grass. So what we want to do is just build a platform up so you can get up, so it's easier to place. Place our grass starting just before these powered rails, going up the whole way and ending the same over there. Now that our grass platform is done, or dirt, it doesn't matter, ready for our bamboo, we want to build our flying machine first. And before the flying machine, we need to build the docks so that they can be launched and stop in the right places. So to find our center, we can come to this side where we've already got our areas for bouncing back these minecarts, and we just want to come across until we're just above it. Go up by 3, so 1, 2, 3, and this is where our actual docking station is. So we need to go back down actually. Grab our obsidian and place that here. From here we want to go out 2, break the middle one, grab our observer, stand on the furthest back of this block, place it there, so now the arrow is pointing towards us. When we break this one, you should see the face. From here we want to get our redstone and a repeater, place a repeater there, put it on 4 ticks, dust here, and a lever on the side, and we can turn this on. Then we'll jump over to the other side, grab the trapdoor, hold down shift and place it there. So now the trapdoor will be extended like so. Now we can break our bridge and get back some of our scaffolding dirt. Now that I'm back up, now we want to do this to the other side. So coming around to the other side, we want to do this on the 1 block to the right, or sorry, in this case left. So you just best turn around and look and come around to this side, and you should be on a return loop. From here we want to do the same thing. We grab our dirt, build out until we're 1 block out from the platform. 1, 2, and then the third block is the obsidian. 2 blocks out. Break the middle one. Observer. Stand all the way back. Place it. You can place your trapdoor now if you want, like this. Repeater. Dust. Lever. We'll turn this lever on, actually. 4 ticks. And then we jump back down. With this station ready, now we can build our flying machine. We want to get our observer and build 2 blocks out like so. Look directly up and we can place the observer on the trapdoor like that. Place a dirt next to it and then another observer. Make sure both are looking down with the red, looking up with the red facing down. From here we can place our pistons. We can place dirt there, yes, and then a piston there. Now we want to do this on the other side. So we want to place the dirt there. Build out. Piston. It should look like this configuration where you can stand under the observer and the piston is looking into it. The same on the other side. Now that we're up here, we can grab our slime and place 4 on either side. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you should end just before the end. Grab our glass, place a block there, and that should be the end of the platform on this side, and the same here. So now it's pretty much ready to go, and we can test it. So we need to just jump down here and press this lever. And off it goes, and it should stop at the other end since we activated the lever over there. There we go. Now that the flying machines are ready, you can place in all your bamboo. Just be careful to make sure you place every single one. Now that all the bamboo's in, our farm will actually work. So all we need to do is do the finishing touches. So we can jump down here and grab our glazed terracotta. This will not stick to the slime blocks. So we can use it to frame the edges of our area here like this to stop the items from falling out where we don't want them to. Oops. Now that we've got the layer below, we want to do above. So what we just do is place one there, break it, and do this across. You need to use glazed terracotta and also skip these 2 middle sections, obviously, because this will end up blocking the flying machine, and then continue here. From this, we can grab some of our glass. Again, you can use any block. I just like glass because you can see inside the farm. And make sure you skip the middle because it will trigger these observers. We do not want that. And we can repeat that on the other side. But before we do that, we can jump down here, use the side of these bamboo to help us, and place a glass railing along the side. This is the end of the railing. And now over here, it's best to run the farm and get it to end on the other side. My apologies. We'll have to actually come to this side to activate the lever so that it stays on this side. With our railing, I actually can't get up, so I need to dig my way around. You can see it's all breaking all that precious bamboo. And now that we're stuck over here, we can put the final glazed terracotta across. Make sure you're putting the terracotta at the edge of the farm, so when the flying machine's in the stop state, the last blocks, or the furthest out blocks, are in line with it, like it is here. Last 3, there we go. So that's the last ones. We can use the glass again to layer 1 higher and build the framing. Now we can build the last bit of the wall on this side. With the sides in and our glazed terracotta in, the farm will work perfectly. But there are some more things we need to do to help increase the amount of materials we get, and before we can actually put the rails in. So down here, we want to place 2 blocks down and build a wall all the way across. So from here all the way to the final block where I am here, all the way across. This is a wall that will act as a way to stop the items from flying out of the farm. See, what happens is when the flying machine will come across here, it will hit these bamboo at this height. And because it's slime block, it will actually launch them flying. And so instead of your items ending up down there in the gorge or on the grass, you want them to collect it. This is also why the rails come out so far from the farm. They'll fly, hit the glass, and fall down and get collected by the minecarts. And so you won't lose quite a bit of extra materials. We want to do this on the other side, so let's just jump over. 2 down and all the way across. If you have the extra blocks, we should actually build up these walls a lot higher. The higher the walls, within reason, the better, because after all, the bamboo can grow quite quickly, and eventually, once they're higher than this wall, some of the items will land on top of it and won't end up being picked up. So that's wasted stuff as well as causing lag. I'm going to be building it this high, so about the height of the other layer over here. This should help for the most part getting a lot of items, but if you don't have the materials, don't worry about it, you can work on that later. It will still function quite well. Now that I've got the sidewalls in, it's time to build the collection area, which is over on this side. So let's go get our items. Now that we're down here, we can actually get this thing started. So we can do our collection area. Place a temporary block there, a real block, and then we can break that one. Over this side, we want to place that there, and then a dropper. We want to make sure the face is facing this way and not down. From here, we want to grab a hopper, put that there, and we can remove this temporary block now. Now we have the hopper pointing into the dropper. We can place a temporary block there, a stone there. We want to jump up. Place a comparator facing out of the hopper this way. Jump back on our temporary blocks. Oops. Stone. Click on the edge of the comparator, so it's like that. Place a block on top of the comparator by just clicking it there. Now we want to place a torch there. Jump up and place a stone on top of that torch, so it looks like this. From here we can grab our redstone dust, place that there. Rail and powered rail. Right there. So this redstone dust is powering this rail. When the minecart comes in, it will put items in this hopper, which will be detected and turn off this rail so that it stays here and empties all its items into this dropper. Now that the collector's done, we want to actually activate this dropper so we can push it into the water stream that we'll be building soon. Place a stone block there, another comparator. Grab our piston there. From here, you want to place a observer looking away from us. So like that. So the red is on this side, which is activating this dropper. Jump down here, temporary block, observer that way. So then this piston will push the observer up and it will cause that to run. This side is now done. Now we can do it for the other side. Temporary block. Stone. We get back up. Oops, jumping over. Oh, we actually have to jump down. Dropper. Get back up again. Hopper into the side. Temporary block there. Stone. Back up. Comparator. Block. Block on top. Torch. Block on top of the torch. Redstone there, and then rail and powered rail. All done. So now we just do this again over here. Block there, comparator. Comparator, and then piston. Our last piston. And then observer. So up here, observer looking that way. Temporary block, and the final observer for this. We have 3 left if you have the correct amount. We can jump down here, and now we actually need to build the water flow. So I can place a temporary block under each dropper, clear out the rest. Now we want to place glass. Again, you can use anything really. 2 glass here, 2 glass there, and this is where the hopper will go. Now that we've got the 2 glass out there, we want to grab a temporary block. Place it there. Crafter, both facing straight at the end, double chest. So that will end up, everything will end up in this double chest here. Break this here, hopper into the back, and we actually don't need this last hopper. From here we want to jump up 1 block, stone here, here, and here. Grab our observer out there on negative mode, so this light is on. Observer into the side of it, and our composter. Now you need to fill it up. Anything will help fill it up, but once you get it full like so, make sure you don't take out the bone meal. This is now blocking this from running, so what we want to do is place a block here and a note block on top. Now if you're on bedrock, I believe you might need to change this to be a piston or a redstone lamp. Now from here it's pretty simple. We want to place 2 blocks above there, an observer looking at the note block, and then 1 observer looking at the note block from this direction, and then the final observer is looking at that observer. So what ends up happening is that when this is full, it triggers the note block, which powers it to craft into a bamboo block, and then this signal is transferred here to craft the block into planks. So that's how that works. So what we're going to do is go into here, clear the, I should say, we should come down here and I should show you. This one that's pointing directly into the chest should empty them out to be just 1 single slot. Leave this one alone. From here now, we want to actually complete this. Glass there, temporary blocks up, glass on the side, so you just place a temporary block there and there, glass all the way across, so we collect the water, keep the water out from going everywhere, block there as well, so the water is free this way, and temporary blocks on top and glass across. In this last spot, we need to grab our sign and just place it here so that the water doesn't end up there. Now this is pretty much done. All we need to do is be able to place our water. So grab our water buckets, 1 there, and then the other one on the other side. Now this should work. Now go and make yourself 2 hopper minecarts, and we can place 1 there and the other on the other side, and they'll start running. Now our flying machine's on the other side, so I'll have to jump over to the other side to do this. I don't really have a great spot to press this, so you might want to make yourself a platform or something so you can get up and click this when you need to. We'll activate that, or rather turn that off. Come over to this side and they should start picking up bamboo. There we go. Make sure you clear out these temporary blocks or it won't work properly. So make sure there's no temporary blocks above this hot dropper and this one as well. You can see the note block is working and we've got bamboo planks. Now we have one last thing we need to do for the farm, and that is to schedule the flying machine. So right now it's just running back and forwards, and that's really not that efficient, as well as if you do log off, or rather if you do actually fly away in the Elytra or you run away, and this is mid sweep, you can actually break the farm and you have to rebuild the flying machine. So we need to do a way to help prevent that. So we're going to be using daylight sensors for that. Up on this side, we're going to grab a daylight sensor and go to the very end of our wall here, place that block there and grab our redstone dust and connect it up. So this now will lock the flying machine to this side during the day. And what we want to do is run over to the other side and do something very similar. We're going to grab the daylight sensor over here and just place it right next to it and set it to the night mode. So this will be locked over there until the end of night, at which point it will sweep to this side, and when night it starts, it will stay here, and at the end of night it will sweep back to the other side. The reason why this daylight sensor is further away is because the signal is quite powerful, and so the signal actually doesn't turn off until a decent bit into the night. And if you're on a server, especially if you're on a server, and you have a player that likes to sleep the moment they can, as soon as it gets dark, your farm won't run. So by making that space, it will be pretty much able to run the moment someone can sleep. So it should run most nights. Before I go, there's some small considerations you need to make. If this gets full, you need to empty it. So if there's multiple bamboo in here, or if an unintended item ends up in here, like a dirt block or one of your temporary blocks, you want to make sure you clear this crafter completely and let it start over again from scratch. So you might have to empty this hopper, you might have to pick up the items yourself. As well, if you do plan to move away from this area, at least frequently, you want to turn off the farm. You want to make sure it's not running while you're doing it. So for example, the machine is over on this side. So what I would do is I would climb up there and press the lever. So make sure that's pointing, that lever is down. That locks the machine. And so therefore I can fly away and go do other things in my Minecraft world. And when I'm ready to run the farm again, I can come back and turn that lever back off. That's because if it's mid-flight and you're moving out of the chunks, it will break and you'll have to rebuild it. It's not that painful, but it's not fun. Either way, thank you for watching, and I hope you found this helpful, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao.